Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to episode number 27 of The Adventure Continues, a Star Trek discussion, a bi-weekly Saturday night program where each and every other Saturday we take a look at one of the original Star Trek television series that were conducted by either Gene Roddenberry or Rick Berman, whether it be the original series, The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, or Enterprise, or we may even take a look at one of the original 10 movies, and we will sit back and watch it in Cosby and discuss it during the stream.
Isn't this the 26th episode?
27th.
Wow.
27th.
Oh, wow. For some reason, I was thinking it was the 26th.
That was the last one.
Oh.
That was the menagerie.
I lose track. I thought that was 25. I lose track sometimes because look at this, years worth of these episodes that we got here, and the different Star Treks, even touching on the animated series there. It's it's. There's one thing I have to give kudos to Kurtzman, that he made me like my least liked series look great, because when it comes to the tier of shows, Voyager was at the bottom, and and so I gotta give him kudos for that. I mean, I'm not being sarcastic, but everything he's done has made even the most troubled of eras shine, and reminds you, you might not like it, but this is still Star Trek.
But first, before we get to talking about Star Trek Voyager and specifically, come on, Mike, spit it out. Specifically, tonight's episode, I do want to say something, and that something is, I don't know if he's listening or not, but our original guest for tonight, who was going to join Baron and I, was going to be Spock of Spock's Friday Nights. And he was going to join us to talk about The Cage, the original pilot for the original series. And, my thinking was, watch the Menagerie, and then after the Menagerie, we watch The Cage. But the plans change. Spock is currently in the hospital due to illness. I haven't really found out too many details as far as how he's doing. But Spock, if you are listening, when you are able, I would love to have you back on, and we can talk about The Cage.
Yeah, exactly. And no, I'm not going to insert a pond fart joke there.
No.
But Paco, hey, in my thoughts and prayers, man, I want you to get better. You're one of the family. So just like anybody part of the family, we want to make sure you fly high,
And Spock, if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I sincerely mean it, brother. You're a part of the family. You're part of the 414. And speaking of part of the 414, I'm going to bring in tonight's co-host, whatever you want to call him, crew member, Starfleet officer, or C. Maquis. I don't know, but we'll find out. Hello, Shane. How are you doing, brother?
Hey, guys. Oh, is my mic working?
Now it is.
We are receiving communication now. Is there subspace interference?
I like to call us friends.
The power of friendship, right?
There was for a moment.
We've gone full brony here. But, one little joke on a side here.
Heart emoji. Let's go.
One little joke on the side here is, watching the intro, and it goes, tonight's guest, you're wrong. It's like, whoa, I'm already wrong? it just charges you a little bit.
Well, you know,
At
I
this point, I
want
don't think I'm allowed to change it.
I want to make sure that whenever I have a guest, that I highlight their name in the intro.
Yep.
I think it's common courtesy.
Mm-hmm. I got the Jonathan Harris treatment.
But when it comes to this episode that we are going to be watching and discussing
And of
tonight,
course, the little lady missed.
No.
yeah, gotta say hello to Lady Miss and the dragons. The dragons will decloak and they'll fire their photon breath at you.
We got plasma birds with the Romulans. Plasma birds.
Yeah. But gentlemen, for tonight's episode of Parallax, before we start watching it, what do you remember of this episode, as it was the second episode of Star Trek Voyager to premiere after the series premiere Caretaker?
Not very much, to be honest with you. I know it's hard to say. Like I said, I didn't see it fully when you had it on. But the movie Caretaker, I've always said I think that's one of the best pilot movies they've done for Star Trek. It was well done, and even connecting it with DS9 in the beginning and Quark and whatnot. But it just seemed like night and day. And I tried watching, and I really don't remember much of Voyager besides the pilot. So this is like seeing it for the first time again.
And that's the thing about the adventure continues as well. You know, sometimes we haven't seen certain episodes in a long time, and we're watching it and going, "Oh yeah, it's this episode," and then everything can start flooding back to you. But Shane, what do you remember about Parallax as the second episode of Voyager?
Before we begin, I want to say, Baron, you have got to give Voyager more love, because I look at it this way: like, the original Star Trek was a young, wild Starfleet. And then the next generation, you saw it mature. And then by DS9, you saw it, it was aging. The Starfleet was aging. But Voyager captured that spirit of the original series. They were out there far on the frontier, away from any help or any kind of, escape route. They were out there on the frontier doing Starfleet mission, going boldly beyond where no one else had gone before.
Trying to get home. Yep. Lost in space. Star Trek's Lost in Space, as I like to call it back in the day.
I have a lot of respect for Voyager, and they did it without all the messaging.
Well, it was done proper Star Trek, and I give it full credit for that. Was not an argument whether this was Star Trek or not. The argument was, what did you like better? Just like in the beginning days of Next Generation, is it old series or Next Generation?
I'm just saying, I was trying to explain my love of it.
Oh yeah, and I'm not gonna belittle anybody for loving Voyager. We got a few other people that really like Voyager.
Spock's one of them.
Yeah, Spock is one of them. And we all know Philip Kraken loves Janeway. So,
But ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to watch tonight's episode,
the episode of Notorious Tuvix.
No. I could have chosen that episode for tonight, but I decided nah. I think we should do a follow up to Caretaker, since it's been a while since we've done Caretaker, and just see how the two crews, that being Starfleet and Maquis, would end up gelling together.
Yeah, which is a wonderful concept, if you ask me.
So I'm going to go ahead and start the episode over in Cosby, and here we go.
I got my popcorn. You know, and of course this. Looks like Doogie Howser.
See, this is Star Trek humor already.
Yeah. Yep, it is. This isn't.
Yep.
If Tuvok had his way, he would hold Lieutenant Torres in her quarters for 75 years.
Yep. Yeah, they're giving Chakotay a lot more attention in the early part of the series.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that 1, 7, and 9 showed up. It's like Chakotay who?
Yeah, because you can see here he's a good actor. He's not just just standing around being a cardboard set piece,
which he unfortunately became in the later seasons.
Yeah, sadly. Oh, yeah.
See, and that's what I liked about early Chakotay. He didn't put up with anybody's crap.
Yeah. He was a very strong character.
And that's what I liked about Bellata. Her clean on temper.
Mm-hmm.
Facing a bunch of the ones the court martial used. And on the other, I'm facing all the Maquis who are ready to seize the ship over there. You've turned this into one lousy day for me, Torres.
Must be Thursday.
No, it's the case with the Mondays.
Rest of the trip, 75 years.
Well, I'm like Arthur Dent. I never could get the hang of Thursdays.
Or I can send you back to work with the understanding that you'll apologize.
Apologize? He was the one who...
Not just a simple apology, a personal one. Over a hot cup of fedula. Bond with the man.
I am not going to bond with him.
You're going to need support.
I'm getting a little bit of feedback.
Yeah.
You are if you're going to be chief engineer of this ship.
I thought it was Miss Me.
Right.
Not another example of my twisted sense of humor.
But Carrie's that's the mind.
You're a better engineer than he is.
Yep.
Hello, Anonymous. How you doing, brother?
What does the captain have to say about this?
He hasn't said a word.
Shane, is that feedback coming from you, brother?
I don't think so. I'm wearing headphones and a mic. And I'm using a high-end mic.
I know it's not Cosby because I have the settings where it shouldn't be coming through. Could have been something else I was picking it up.
You did.
Yeah. I don't hear it no more. So it's kind of funny. I remember JMS was being people were criticizing about the music with I think it was Crusade, because he wanted to go a different direction with Crusade, have a different sound, which it did. And people were being critical about that. And he turns around and attacks the theme to Voyager, going, you mean to tell me this is better? Because he was saying about how it's just like boring. He thought this theme was boring. So I know.
I've always liked this theme, man. Maybe it's because it was done by Jerry Goldsmith.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I should say maybe it is because it was done by Jerry Goldsmith.
Yep. I think he was just a little pissed off about that. Remember, he was having a little problem with TNT.
It helps that she's a sexy ship.
Definitely a unique design.
Yeah.
We joked about it looking like a spoon.
That's what I always thought it looked like.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that, you know.
And again, one of the things I always liked, and I wish they had stuck with it throughout the whole series, is using physical models. But eventually they went to CGI, and and Lady Miss says that she likes the intro music.
Yeah. Oh, I have no problem with the intro music. I just remember that little bit of back and forth.
And there's even an extended version of the intro music.
And I like the fact that this time that they were showing the warp effect through the window, you know.
Yep. It lets you know where the conference room is and relative to the rest of the ship. And
as in the only ones.
It's just unfortunate what happened to Jennifer Lean, you know, with her drug habit and everything.
And some of her sadly, or some of her mental issues. Yeah. It's just, and how they treated the character later on. And, you know, after they brought her back, it was like, I know that Robert Beltran was pissed off about that.
And Anonymous says hot take, I guess, but I don't care for it much. And the show is at the bottom of the Star Trek show list. No, we all have our preference. We all have our rankings when it comes to the shows.
But remember, Anonymous, this is magnificent compared to Christmas Trek. Christmas Trek makes us look like a.
For my ranking of Star Trek shows, because I always leave the original series out of the spinoffs. The original series isn't part of the category, but of the spinoffs, I go Deep Space Nine, I go Next Generation, Enterprise, then Voyager.
Yeah, I'm kind of that way. I would put but I would add would you keep the animated series with classic?
I would keep it with the original series, the animated series.
Is the animated series canon? Is the animated series canon?
Yeah.
Like Lower Decks and all that? Or are you talking
No,
like
we're not talking about Lower Decks. We're talking about the animated series from the original Star Trek back in 74.
The stop motion cell shades.
Yeah.
Those were so awesome.
They were.
So dramatic.
I think the next animated episode I'd like to watch and discuss with everybody is The Infinite Vulcan.
Oh, yeah. That's a bizarre episode.
But the reason why I have the animated series with the original series is because I consider the 2 seasons that we got of the animated series, season 4 and season 5 of the original series.
Mm. Poor Harry Kim, never promoted.
Nope. Forever at Ensign.
Mm-hmm. Not from a Muppet.
Well, I know for you, Baron, that you're not a big fan of Janeway.
No, I'm not.
I am.
It's just how they executed the character sometimes a little bit.
I think she did Girl Boss well. And she was still vulnerable in many of these episodes, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Look at the look on Janeway's face.
Ah.
See what I mean about that look?
Mm-hmm. Still tension between them.
Which, unfortunately, as the series went on, the tension eased up. I think there still should have been tension. Even through their 7 years, there still should have been a little bit of tension.
Yeah.
well,
I mean, not as much, but certain things. But
a lot of people died along the way too.
Yeah.
Even though the show doesn't show it exactly.
No, but you hear about how many crew members are lost.
Yeah.
As the show goes along, and
we don't know how many are Starfleet and how many are Marquis by the end of the show.
See, I think this is how Chakotay and Janeway's dynamic should have been through the whole show.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they should have ever come to blows or anything like that, but Chakotay would have been the ideal first officer, challenging the captain, saying, "There's a better solution to this, Captain. Something you're not seeing." Because that's the duty of a first officer.
It should have been a little bit more of this of the Next Generation, but Roddenberry was too busy doing the kumbaya bullshit. Sorry, excuse me for saying bull plop. There we go.
Anonymous gets it. Respectfully butting heads.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is why you take Torres and him and right out the airlock. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. There will be no disobedience.
See, but that's the thing. If they want integration, they're going to have to put people who are qualified that were part of the Maquis in charge of these, if they're qualified, that is.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you want to have that merging of the crews together. I mean, this is like putting Confederates and Union together on board a ship in middle of nowhere. The captain was a Union officer. The first officer is a Confederate officer. And now they got to figure out how to
Work together.
Yeah.
And one of those 47 medical officers is Dr. McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
As far as his knowledge and his personality is concerned.
Mm-hmm. Then he turns into a werewolf.
Yeah. She was. And unfortunately, Jennifer Lean's demons got to her.
Well, I'm talking about him. He was in the movie The Howling. It's hard to believe that he was a werewolf in there. But yeah. Mm-hmm. The Incredible Shrinking Doctor.
With all other systems starting to malfunction on the ship, you could only spare so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is really early. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that Robert Picardo played the Swamp Thing? I'm sorry, the Swamp Hag in the movie Legend. And then in his old age turned into a real Swamp Hag.
Actually, that first part I didn't know. I didn't know, but that last part,
I didn't know that.
Oh, he was creepy in The Howling. I mean, he was just creepy.
See, the doctor on this ship is the most underutilized thing. They could have had like a data going on if they had just upgraded his, knowledge base to ship functions and everything else.
Well, that's something they would end up doing later on in the series.
Yeah.
Did they upgrade him to engineer? I don't remember him.
They upgraded him to where in an emergency situation he could take command.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew how to do emergency repairs and
I remember that.
Then he got his hard light beam. That's Red Dwarf. My apologies. He was able to get whatever it was to make him physical.
The mobile emitter.
Yeah, I remember him always working on his holographics and stuff.
Yeah, you never trust the cook until you need to.
That's true.
Well, we haven't even gotten to the episode where Neelix turns Janeway's personal mess hall into the crew mess hall.
Well, he turned it like into the kitchen so he can make food for everybody. I thought. Yeah, which drove her nuts.
if you're bold enough to eat it.
Yeah.
Remember, there were some episodes where they mentioned that some crew members got sick from Neelix's cooking.
I believe it. Well, it makes you wonder what they're getting and where, as they're going down in the voyage. And if you follow a particular thing that you really like, you know it's only going to be temporary because you're moving on home. And of course, we saw the kitchen in Star Trek 6 on the A.
Yeah. Which we will be watching Star Trek 6 closer to December, closer to its anniversary. Just like we're going to be watching Star Trek 4 closer to its anniversary.
Captain, there be whales, yeah.
Because with the Voyage Home celebrating its 40th this year, and then you have the Undiscovered Country celebrating its 35th.
Yeah, well, I don't like hearing stuff like that.
Well, I will say this. I always found Roxanne Dawson very attractive as B'Elanna.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've even seen Roxanne Dawson outside of the makeup. She's a very attractive woman.
Yeah, she definitely. Now remember, she's only a quarter Klingon.
Well,
but I tell you, that quarter sure knows how to. And I like the fact that they had the different rank pins between the two groups. I can't remember what the Maquis members wore was the ones that they had in the Maquis or not. Or if they did that special for them.
And Anonymous says, best looking Klingon ever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dura sisters were wow, but, B'Elanna Torres.
I like B'Etor out of the two Dora sisters. Between Lursa and B'Etor, it was B'Etor that I liked. And I know someone's going, yeah, Mike, okay, we know you're a fan of the Klingons.
Well, a story about that with the Dura sisters and the Klingon cleavage. I can't remember who it was that was on the set or whatever, and they're there and at one of the boobs going, "Wow, this is really good makeup work you got done here." And she's going,
"I can't
remember which one of the two it was." Going, "Those are real."
If you could give them a bath, put them in a muzzle and put a paper bag over their head, I'd bang the Dura sisters. They'd have to wear their muzzles and bag, and the shower is not optional.
Well, I mean, put a Federation over their put a Federation flag over their head with a bottle of thorium brandy and do it for Captain Kirk.
I do it for the Federation.
Yeah, do it for the. Hey, the first movie style Klingon are turtle heads, as I like to call them, was in Star Trek 3, of course, on the Merchantman, and she was striking.
Yeah. I had a crush on Cass for a long time of this show.
Oh, beautiful young lady. It's so sad. Yeah. Well, Norwegian, last name Lee. She's the little Nordic goddess walking around on the set.
I don't know. Nine's a gorgeous woman, don't get me wrong, but she's way too Amazon for my taste.
The sensors are malfunctioning.
Mm-hmm. It's a moving singularity.
Now, to give anyone backstory, as if they don't know it already, yes, it's mentioned in a future episode, but Janeway was a science officer aboard the Abatani.
Mm-hmm.
See, one of the criticisms I do have with Janeway is that she didn't trust her people enough to do their jobs. She was always hovering over them.
Well, motherly instincts.
She's getting to look like I can punch your nose again, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
He really becomes more comfortable with acting as the series goes on.
Mm-hmm. Again, it's just too bad that not once did they ever promote Harry.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tragedy. He's a little short-tempered right now.
No.
Well, if it was your guest, why didn't you tell somebody to try working on a solution, Jamie? Come on.
Yeah. Oh, great. They become geek friends.
Well, you know what happens when you meet somebody and they talk your language?
Mm-hmm.
War?
Well, yeah, that is one of the things. Sad to
Yeah,
say.
look at me and Cash. Yeah.
Historically speaking, when any two people meet for the first time, it usually ends up in war.
Anonymous.
See, this is a good classic Star Trek mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was also one of the other reasons why I selected the episode.
Mm-hmm. It's them. We have met the enemy, and it is us.
It's too bad Paramount won't give us an HD release of DS9 and Voyager.
Mm-hmm. She's got an explanation. I mean, sometimes these early episodes are wonderful because they're trying to find their footing, and you can get some interesting takes on stuff before they come into a routine.
And what are you noticing in this episode?
Well, I mean, this is kind of reminding me of Next Generation when they're all around the table. I mean, this is a classic briefing room scene from Next Gen. It's a singularity. Yeah.
See, that was one of the reasons why I said to you before we started the show that I thought Jane was a little bitchy in this episode. When Tom says, "Am I making any sense?" and then Jamie goes, "No, that's okay."
I probably would have done the same thing. Sisters.
They're besties now.
Girl boss.
I think Mr. Senior Engineering Officer is being left in the dust.
Yep.
In fact, I didn't see him in that scene at all.
That's the thing. Carrie wasn't in a lot of episodes.
I'm starting to think this is why. He got demoted.
I lost my job to a Klingon.
A half Klingon.
Quarter
Lucky.
Klingon. Quarter Klingon. It was DEI.
Representation.
Well, now I'm gonna behave.
But doing the little French thing they did there, it still kind of makes me wonder what would happen if they had the original actors still into this.
Yeah. I just don't know that she would have lasted that long in the show.
She couldn't make it through the pilot movie. It was too hard for her.
I understand that, Bear, but what I'm saying is if she even stuck around and gave it a try,
yeah,
I don't think she would have lasted a full season, let alone two.
No. Which would have made things interesting. Then, actually, that would have been really interesting. If she couldn't make it, that means that Robert Beltran would become the captain. And now you have the Maquis guy. Oh, that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
And of course, when you're talking about the struggles between the crews, oh God, so many possibilities.
So many what if situations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Chakotay went and negotiated with the Borg.
Mm-hmm.
And notice how Roxanne Dawson was originally pronouncing Chakotay's name, Chakotay, like
Mm-hmm.
that. And then
Yep.
later, as the series went on, she just says Chakotay
Mm-hmm.
instead of going Chakotay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In some ways, that's what academies and universities are about.
Mm-hmm.
That interchange.
And that's what, from what I understand, they didn't even have anything like that in Starfleet Academy. It was all happy-go-lucky, all about our feelings.
Oh
And
God, can we just forget
Yeah.
that era? It's behind us. We've all survived.
Starfleet 90210. Yeah. Dawson's
Ugh.
Academy. Don't worry, they're gonna have that third season. The sets being taken down. No. They're gonna put those back up again.
Mhm.
You know, back in the wilderness years, between the original and next generation, there were people sitting back saying about how a Vulcan would never be a security officer because Vulcans are pacifists and such. And I always argued against that, saying no, they was the perfect one because in their mind they try to find every way possible to do the least harm and only resort to heavier stuff if that's the way it went logically.
Mhm.
And of course, that's why I was always happy when I saw a Vulcan as a wow. How many Voyagers? But so that's why I was happy to see that in Voyager.
Yeah, and I'll give credit where credit's due with Tim Russ as Tuvok. He did a good job.
Yeah, he did. Mhm. Oh yeah.
And of course, another thing about this episode is that you get the technobabble.
Mhm. Well, really, that wasn't technobabble. That was better than
I
technobabble.
no, but I'm mentioning that in this episode you get the technobabble. I'm not saying that those lines that we just heard are technobabble.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if they picked the wrong ship and the other Voyager went on to go straight home?
Well, they would be trapped in that singularity for the rest of their lives, however long it would be. Yes, there
But like,
may be some food rations on that shuttlecraft, but they're not going to last long.
Well,
like,
let's not
what
forget
if
the
this was the
oxygen
point
life
that
support.
branched off into two different universes, and like she picked the shitty one, the other universe they just went straight home. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a what if situation.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse my language. Sorry.
It's all right.
Like the Enterprise D in flying like the Falcon inside of a Borg ship. Remember, you can fit through any opening if you go fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
Which
You might get a little bruise, but
which again is one of the things that we've talked about before about the one of the downsides.
Congratulations. It's a baby ship.
Of the show. You thought you would have learned that from He-Man. But yeah, but you know,
Man, I want a giant lava lamp like that.
she's got that clean on sass.
I always thought a Tellarite would make a great engineer.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Mhm.
Conduct a level 3 diagnostic on the engine and then do the repairs.
You shouldn't have to say please. It's now.
I wouldn't work for him, that's for sure.
Captain, I need a transfer from engineering to another department. What's the problem? Our chief engineer is the problem.
Yeah.
We've tied him to the warp engine. Unless you fire him, we're ejecting it.
You know, these restraints are a little loose. I can get out of here any moment.
Oh, they made friends. Notice that that warp core kind of looks a little like the one from the movies.
Yeah. And then as the series went on, instead of seeing, you know, the colors that you see in the warp core in this episode and in Caretaker, it's all blue.
Mm. And of course, they put that MacGuffin to the show where they have a backup warp core.
Mm-hmm. But they never had to use it.
I thought they did.
They ejected the core one time and they got it back and then reinstalled it.
Okay.
You come to here busy right now. You're just talking.
That's how they should have had him for the rest of the show series.
Dicklich size?
Yeah.
Just imagine some of the tense situations, and then he has to pull up a stool.
Oh.
Yeah. See, again, you know, just because it's not on the top of your list for the best series. And when I sit back and say that too, it doesn't mean that there weren't good episodes of Voyager that's worthy to watch. But you saw this one how it was, and it's like, yeah, this is Trek. We get that feeling. We can see that they're trying to mesh two different crews with two different ideologies together.
Mhm.
And it's like, now you think back and okay, what if we had this with Kurtzman?
Kurtzman isn't that in depth.
Right.
His style is like go, 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 go. Constantly keep you flash, bang, boom. Keep you entertained, keep you looking over here, over there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this episode, it's thinking person's episode.
Yeah. No action, it's drama.
The Wrath of Khan, the remake Wrath of Khan one, especially bothers me because it's just like one coincidental thing happened, and another coincidental thing that led to another coincidence. It was like there was no steady plot in that whole movie. It was just, if this had gone wrong, there would be no movie. If this hadn't happened, there would be no movie.
Oh, Into Darkness? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just one long string of accidents and everything going perfectly right for him.
No, a perfectly watchable episode. Definitely. It's always interesting to see them trying to get their footing. It's like, okay, we're being a bit like Next Generation, how we're going to change this now to make it our footstep.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they're trying to establish in this first season, even going into the second season.
Yeah.
I don't think Voyager really finds somewhat of a footing until its third season.
Well, kind of how all the spinoffs were. Right? I mean, it wasn't until about the third season of Next Generation that, boom, there it is. And of course, it's the one that Roddenberry had the least impact on, having passed away midway through the filming, and even before that, being rather incapacitated, sadly. But, as you know, Mike, it was kind of a rough start. I wouldn't say rough start, but a rough footing start for DS9. And it took until about the third season.
Well, I beg to differ. I think in Deep Space Nine's second season, especially when you start dealing with the Maquis and everything that happened in the demilitarized zone because of the treaty signed between the Federation and Cardassians, I think it was season 2, kind of in the middle, where it started to find its footing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, by the third season, the crew was also realizing that this wasn't going to be a quick trip home. There wasn't going to be a miracle.
No.
Right.
They had so many false hopes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you were starting to have babies being born by the third season, too.
Mm-hmm. And that was kind of my problem with Voyager, is that, the old guy in the fishing boat, almost had it. And it's like, you can't have a series doing that all the time. And for me, that made it boring. It's like, honestly, you can't do that. You can't have Q come in and say, I can get you home. No. We want to do it ourselves. It's like, if I was a captain, I'd say, okay, snap those fingers, Q.
Yeah, dear God, I'd worship at Q's feet. Okay, whatever. Just send me home.
Yeah.
I would say the Q was the catch Q.
Oh, of course. You have to ask that.
All it would have taken is one crew member to go home and be like, yeah, they're trapped in this quadrant, and all of Starfleet would have rescued them.
Well, in a way, that did happen with the episode Message in the Bottle, where the Doctor's holographic program was sent to the Alpha Quadrant via a Herosian relay system. And he was sent to the Prometheus.
I remember the episode where they got a hold of the Romulan too, but the Romulan never handed over the report.
Yeah, he never handed over the report because he died. And also, another thing, when they sent that information, they were talking to someone from the past.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so they knew, Starfleet knew where they were, especially Paris's dad.
I mean, Starfleet especially knew once they had confirmation from the doctor saying, "Yeah, I'm Voyager's EMH," and they sent me through this communication relay system
Mm-hmm.
to let you all know that we're still around, we're still alive. We're in the Delta Quadrant, but we're trying to get home.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you recall, there was an episode where they were able to establish using that same network communication with Starfleet, and Starfleet did say we're trying to find ways of getting you home.
Yeah, I believe Admiral Paris was kind of involved with that one because he wanted his boy home. And yeah, so yeah, Starfleet was on top of it, trying to do the best they could with that, and whatnot. So,
and before Cass left the show, she did have some sort of energy emanate from her body that sent Voyager a few light years home. Well, closer to home, I should say.
Yeah, I can't remember how much she took off their trip home, but it was a considerable amount, but not enough, obviously.
Yeah. But this isn't a bad episode. This is still classic Star Trek, where you do have the crew members trying to work together to solve a problem. Yeah, they have different philosophies, but they still try to work together.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it should have been. This is how Next Generation should have been, in some sense. That I don't want conflicts, as Roddenberry, but that's what gave the original series such a flair. It's like you had people, quote unquote, doing conflict with each other, bringing their argument forward, and and being passionate about it. There's nothing wrong with that, but obviously Roddenberry thought there was something wrong with that, and we had such a bland series for so long because of it, and obviously from the get-go, DS9 was always edgy because, again, you had a blended crew. You had Bajorans and Starfleet all together.
You had independents and civilians aboard too. You had Ferengi, for instance. They ran all the entertainment.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, and and they redeemed the Ferengi. I mean, they did do some good jobs of it in Next Generation in later seasons, but DS9 really helped them shine. They were able to
I'll give credit to Armin Shimerman for making Quark a likable character.
Yeah.
Star Trek: The Next Generation really didn't do the Ferengi right. Yeah, because they couldn't figure out what direction to take them in. At first, they were just supposed to be mindless savages with all kinds of technology.
Yeah, the Next Generation's version of the Klingons, and then we see them for the first time, and
everybody laughed.
Yeah, and then they take that concept and bring it to the Kazon, and the Kazons didn't work. It's like, okay, which one was worse, the Ferengi or the Kazons? At least the Ferengi were entertaining. It's like, yeah, let's have the Crips and the Blood together in space here with these guys.
And the sad thing is, that was their idea, Baron. Gains in space.
I know. Yeah. I was not being flippant there at all. And it's like, no. I mean, these are like Timu Klingons with their colors. And
DS9 could also have a constantly revolving cast, it being a space station. And that's something none of the other Star Treks really had the opportunity to have.
Yeah, as great as the main characters were on DS9, it was also the guest stars who would frequent the show, especially when you get into the Klingon War and then you get into the Federation Dominion War.
Exactly. Yeah.
The fact that they had supporting characters that they actually took some time to develop and grow. I always think about Nog, but even General Martok.
Oh yeah, I mean, what a great character that was. And what was Quark's brother's name? Rom?
Yeah.
I believe it was Rom, Baron.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah, I mean,
brother.
mhm. Yeah, I mean,
That's
he
my
was,
Rom impression.
Perfect.
but still, I mean, he was a character that surprised people,
Yeah.
and that's good. And again, he's not, he's not what he appears to be. And
No, he's just Rom is like one of the saddest characters in Star Trek history, and he's an absolute genius. He's just trapped under the debt of his brother.
yeah,
Because he, like his own son says, he could be commanding a giant starship and trading across the galaxy,
hmm
and say stuck at his brother's bar, hoping for scraps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He even says it, and even Nog says it. He's hoping that Quark gets killed one night, and he can take over the bar.
yep,
And Anonymous says, I always like the Ferengi weapons. Pool noodles that fired energy beams. Yeah, they're whips.
yeah. That's something they should have refined because it was so unique.
Mm-hmm.
I had no problem with the energy whips at all. It just, they just kind of looked obscene at certain times when they're doing things. It's like, yeah, do it. Try to figure a better way of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had a problem with the effects budget.
Yeah. I don't think it was even the budget, just how do we execute it? I don't think, because you're under those time constraints. But I mean, look how fearsome we were told they were going to be. We heard they eat people,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And then we get to see them, and it's like, really?
That's how they work
Canon-wise,
when they showed
explain
up.
that as a piracy time in Ferengi culture, like the Great
Now-
Magus
Yeah,
reform
Magus.
things after that.
Well, and it gives a little bit of credit though. Their second appearance with the Stargazer and all that, they were actually doing a little bit better with the Ferengi.
Yeah, the battle.
The battle. Thank you. I was having a hard time remembering that one, but at least there was a move for redemption there, but the damage was done.
That's another thing. When the Ferengi first appeared, man, their ships were so awesome. They were like the
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 Ferengi
mysterious lights, and
Mm-hmm. Oh, those things were neat.
A wonderfully done model by ILM.
Mm-hmm. And then you can see their version of the captain's gig underneath,
Although, when I saw the Ferengi Marauder, I'm thinking, why is that basically a flying Rebel Alliance insignia?
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Why are so many spaceships birds?
Well, if you're Romulan.
Romulan, Klingon.
Well, do you want to know what was planned for that and how it changed? The reason why is originally in Star Trek 3 they were going to be Romulans, and literally the boys said, "No, we should have it be Klingons." And then but they still had everything all written up, and one of the things that they wanted to film was Krug stealing the bird of prey, that it was a Romulan ship that he stole, but they threw that out completely. And when it came into stuff like FASA and other, with game companies and stuff like that, and whatnot, it went as part of the technology agreement that they had back and forth between the Klingons and the Federation. And the bird of prey was a collaboration that they did to make a ship.
Huh.
And which I think is a better legacy than what
I think the agreement to not use cloaking technology was a huge mistake by Starfleet.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but that was next generation stuff. I mean, in the beginning, they were, they did everything they could, to get the cloaking device, and got one, and the Enterprise actually was able to, boom. And
Well,
one of the,
I was gonna say the cloaking device that the Enterprise D had. I know the original series had one too. I'm not forgetting about that.
yeah,
But the one that the Enterprise D had, they got it off of Riker's old ship, and of course it was the phase cloak, and it could go through asteroids, as we see.
Hopefully, sometimes.
well, yeah. And I remember one of the books or whatever that was tied in with like the movies. I don't think it was the actual novelization. I could be wrong. But they said that, when the bird of prey landed and all that, and it sank to the bottom of the bay, Starfleet just left it there. And I'm going, BS. They would have had a reclamation team down there as fast as they could. It's like, get out of the way, George and Gracie. We got to get their ship.
Well,
We
a certain
gotta get
section of
this-
Starfleet would. A certain section we don't talk about.
Section 31.
Yeah.
They're
Which,
listening.
at the time of Star Trek 4, there was, it wasn't even a thought at that time until, obviously it became that way. But it's like, no, Starfleet would go down there. And of course, Kurtzman Trek has it at the museum.
Yeah. Starfleet would have raised it. They would have taken it apart. They would have studied its technology and that cloaking device.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There would have been no mercy on that one. And I don't think there would have been parts enough to go back and put into a Starfleet museum.
No.
After they did that. They wanted, and it's only logical. I mean, just like they were trying to get the original Enterprise so they could get the technology, it's just that game. So no, it is what it is. Sometimes, really, sometimes the fans, even with Berman and all that, they have a tendency to be a little myopic, not that creative. When you have this, where they take from stuff that was cut out of the movie, such as Savik's pregnancy. And it's like, no, Leonard, don't do that. Leave it in there because it opens the door to possibilities of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And at least your character, like the legacy of your character lives on. There's no reason why he can't be a father.
No reason at all why Spock couldn't be a father. And DJ is a father of 3 turtles. They're his babies.
Yep.
Turtle.
Good to see you, DJ.
Oh, we know you're being sarcastic there. You're always sarcastic, Animas. But yeah, I mean, you start reading some of this stuff. It's like, the extended universe of Star Trek, it's wild and sometimes makes more sense than the official stuff that we were getting, as much as we love it. It's like,
I mean, like the probe, the follow-up to Star Trek 4. I have the book, and in the book, in the beginning, it's talking about how, everything's more lush than it was because of all the rain. Yeah, there's flooding everywhere too because of all the rain caused by the probe.
Mm-hmm. Which is
but it dealt with the recovery process after what had happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I've not read many of the books. Shame on me. Shame on me.
If you could find a copy of the probe, I recommend it.
I tell you, those early novels that they came out with were absolutely fantastic. The Entropy Effect is one of the best that they had back then. But it was Viola McIntyre. So what do you expect? She was really good at doing Star Trek.
Yeah, the Next Generation book, Mask. I'm not talking about the episode Mask. I'm talking about the book that came out first.
Mhm.
That's worth picking up and reading.
And the giant novel, what the heck was its name? But basically it was the Borg and it was Peter David, the Borg and the Planet Killer. And we find out that the Planet Killer was designed to take on the Borg.
Which that would have been neat to see on screen if they actually had decided to go that way.
That's why Peter David should have written for the freaking show.
I think my favorite Star Trek books was the Eugenics Wars, The Rise and Fall of Khan. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the newer ones and such like that. But no, when you go back to the older ones, because the path is being written, then we didn't have the Next Generation, so the writers could have a little bit more of a free reign, and some of the stories they came up with were just brilliant. And anything that has Peter David's name on it, definitely read.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have the I can't remember the name of it, but basically it revolves around Klingons and Vulcans and diplomacy. And John Ford, I think his name was, yeah. Oh, I think the long suffering is watching Banana Ball right now because she's going nuts. I don't know if you guys heard her, but I sure did with the headphones on.
No, I didn't hear anything.
She just goes, "That's effing amazing." So there must have been a good play. I don't even know which team she's watching. Which game? Banana Ball, folks. If you haven't watched it, do it. But yeah, I mean, they did things that really kept it alive, and did the rich tapestry, that and the comic books.
Mm-hmm. Oh, every time my mom would go grocery shopping, I would always go to the magazine section. The Luckies that we had there before it became Albertsons and stuff like that. But in their magazine section, they had the Star Trek comics.
Yeah, that's where you find the comics, either on the shelf there or on the spin rack.
Yep. And I would always pick one up. My mom would let me pick it up because it was cheap.
Yeah, remember when comics were actually affordable?
Oh, yeah.
Gee, I wonder why people don't buy comics these days.
Because the writing is crap.
That too, and they're expensive.
Nobody's gonna pay $6-7 for a bad book that's only like 25 pages long.
Yeah, it's like no. That's the reason.
I'm just saying, it's like,
well, yeah, the poor writing, and what you get in the price. No. I'll hit the back areas there and grab all these back issues that I might not have had. Fill up my Star Trek Marvel collection from the motion picture because I'm missing issues there.
Well, that's the thing. When we used to pick up comics, you could go to the back page and there was an address and a number where you could order back issues.
Yeah, Mile High Comics. That out of Denver, Colorado. I've been there on one of the trips. I insisted we have to go to Mile High Comics.
I used to have so many subscriptions.
That's where I got a lot of back issues of Star Wars comics back in the day. And of course, the UPS truck came by with a little package, and it's like, it's like, woo! And it's like all these issues of Star Wars. Thank you, Mile High Comics. Still around, by the way.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. They are basically people. It's like going to Mecca for comic book geeks. Oh yeah, I mean they'd have a list of what they had and whatnot, and of course this was obviously a small list.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, back in those days, I think we had I had like 20 or 30 subscriptions to comic books, and it only cost like $25-$30 a month for my dad.
Yeah,
For
they
all-
weren't bad.
And it would come twice a month in a package.
Yeah, I subscribed. I was subscribed to Star Wars comics, so those always came in a little brown bag. It was the little brown bag that wasn't like Dad's bigger brown bag. And yeah, and then of course that came to an end because the series ended, and I still had stuff left on my subscription, so I went with Conan the King. Now I'm trying to fill that up.
I've gone digital nowadays. It's just easier.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. I mean, I can't.
It was fun back in the day when you would anticipate that next issue of a comic coming out, or, I was subscribed to Game Pro at one time, Nintendo Power at one time, or Electronic Gaming Monthly. So you did anticipate the arrival of that new issue.
Mm-hmm.
And
my favorite magazine was my Fox Kids magazine, though.
Awesome.
Oh.
But I think I still have it somewhere. I'd have to look for it. But I still remember the day where I went to get the mail out of our mailbox, and there was my new issue of Electronic Gaming Monthly, and it was talking about Star Trek: The Next Generation and what Star Trek games were coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So, seeing what was coming to the Super Nintendo, seeing what was coming to the Genesis, and going, well, I have a Genesis, and this game's coming. Cool.
I wish I would have gotten a subscription to Starlog.
Yeah, that would have been worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I got quite a bit of issues and all that, but there are still a lot of holes in it, But I mean, Starlog, that was the king back in the day. No one could touch it. No one. And yeah, if there's a way I could do certain things back in the day and beg properly for it, it's like, can I have a subscription to this one? And can I get this too?
I mean, I picked up an issue of Starlog one time in the grocery store, and the centerfold was Chase Masterson as Lita.
Ooh. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Yeah, but remember though when you went in those areas too, and they had like 3 comics in a bag.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got the first 3 issues of Battlestar Galactica. I got the big super book one, but I got the other one because there are differences between the two. The big super one is more aligned to the movie where Baldar loses his head, and then the 3 issues was redone to reflect how the series is going to go.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I don't know about you guys. I can't speak for you guys, but I still like having a physical magazine or a physical book in my hand. I can't go completely digital.
I have a really nice tablet, so it's nice to have the physical thing. But I mean, it's just a hassle having to carry around all those comic books at the end of the day.
Yeah, just knowing that they're there, people can't do things to mess them up. Or all of a sudden, boom, the accountant's gone for some reason, or the service, and you don't have that anymore. I just don't like the fact that, one, you're relying on a source that might turn around and F you over, or go in there and change things for the modern audience, like they want to do with the books by Ian Fleming with James Bond. We got to change this, and all digital copies are going to change. There's going to be an update. They're going to be changed, and I just love the feel. I just love the feel of a book or a magazine. And I'll turn around and grab a bunch of dragons and go through them.
Opening the cover, going through the pages, and
yeah. And yes, I am one of those weirdos that do like to smell the book. You open it up and you go, oh yeah,
Those fresh new pages.
yeah, that's the smell of knowledge right there. You know,
I did that too.
I still do it. I mean, it never stop. Never stop. That's how you can tell a bibliophile if they do that. Yeah, in Club 54, they're sorting one thing, and half price books. You have people going to the bathroom and sort the books. You know?
Freshly stamped book.
Yeah. Oh, smell that ink. Definitely. Oh, that was a good year. That's ink from 2022. That's a good year for ink. You know?
Oh, you smell that vintage page? Oh yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Dirty birdies.
Oh, you're taking it the wrong way, man.
Oh yeah. But of course, it doesn't help that I do like big books, tomes. When with my back goes, no, you don't want to look at that a giant encyclopedia.
Baron, really, you want to lift that up? Come on, man, rethink this.
I have my three book edition Star Wars encyclopedia in the slipcase. Do you really want to pick that up and start looking at it? Like, yeah. I'm your back. I'm going to make sure.
And then you go see your chiropractor, and she asks, "What did you do to your back?"
Oh, it's my physical. And no, it's my dominatrixes over at physical therapy. They've known that I'm a because I'll come in with a book and they'll ask what I'm reading and stuff like that. And I've been coming in with the Warhammer 40K books I've been reading, and yeah, it's like, how do you explain to these poor innocent girls the grim dark future of 40,000 AD? You know?
That presents a challenge.
Mm-hmm. But granted, they were Sister of Battle books, so no.
For the Emperor.
For the Emperor.
For the line.
Come on, you're wrong. Come on, Shane. You got to join in on that one. What's wrong with you? For the Emperor.
For the Empire.
No, not Empire. The Emperor.
The Emperor.
For the Empire.
Warhammer 40K.
I know.
Now imagine
messing with us.
No,
he's wrong.
No,
he's wrong.
No, the Emperor is great, but have you heard about those guys in that big warp space?
Well, go with me here, guys.
Yeah.
Warhammer 40K Klingon Edition.
Oh wow!
You still have the For the Emperor.
Yeah, but yeah. Mm-hmm. But you know, I think the orcs kind of fit that role. Warg!
I am a goblin.
Shoot me again, Spice Marine. Shoot me again. It's like it'd be Klingons with the northern English accent. You know, lots of planets have a north. You know, it's like they're right out of Manchester. You know.
But do you gentlemen have anything else that you want to say about this episode of Parallax?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's a good episode. Yeah, watch it. I like I said, I don't remember it, so this was the first viewing, and maybe me mellowing a bit through the years from when Voyager first came out. But yeah, it was a definitely watchable, definitely Star Trek, definitely what we need, and bringing back that conflict, you know, definitely a different level than we had in the original series because of the two difference. But you know, Chakotay and Janeway, you know, him trying to get her to see that, hey, Maquis people are just as good as Starfleet officers, maybe even better.
You really
and
got
how
the
she
feeling.
scoffed them.
Sorry.
Oh no, I'm done. No.
You really got the feeling that Chakotay was really feeling this out too on whether he was going to need to step in and take the ship or not.
Mhm.
Because, well, yeah, he was condemning the Maquis for, threatening mutiny, but at the same time, he was like, all right, these people got my back if I need to go this route. And
Yeah.
it gave him confidence to go up to Janeway and really push her on that threat, too, because that was an underlying threat of that whole conversation.
Mhm.
Well, I think that would have also been interesting had the Maquis crew mutinied against Janeway at some point. And I'm not just saying, one episode they mutiny, then the next episode everybody's a happy-go-lucky family. No, have them mutiny. Have it even divide the crew. Starfleet crew members join the Maquis. Maquis joined the Starfleet.
Mm-hmm.
And there does come problems from it later on, like the episode with the serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
He was Maquis.
Yeah. But I think there could have been what we kind of a little bit of that problem is they got into a little bit more of the standard Next Generation when they shouldn't have, because again, this was a completely different situation. They should have focused a lot more on supplies. We should have seen a lot more as the season goes, seasons go and such, wear and tear on everything.
Yeah, and that was actually something that I remember reading from an interview with Ronald D. Moore when he was on Voyager for a while writing. He's had a problem with the fact that the ship was pristine from one week to the next. It wasn't suffering any malfunctions. They weren't low on deuterium. They weren't low on a lot of supplies. They always seemed to have full bellies. Everybody was kumbaya and
shot of getting what they needed.
This should have been a show where, forgive me for saying this, that we see the crew suffer.
Yeah.
Because of the situation they're in the negotiations they have to go. And who's friendly and who's not, are neutral at least. And can we get a fix here? Can you help
who's just pretending to be friendly and they have an ulterior motive?
Right.
And let's see. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Have your turtles mutinied against you there, DJ? Is that what you're telling us?
I think so. But he likes it when they do that.
Are they getting snappy?
I had snappy turtles one time.
So before we wrap it up here, do either one of you have anything you want to promote or anyone you want to promote?
Nothing on the top of my head at this time. Just good Star Trek. Folks, get Pluto. There's like 4 channels at least of Star Trek. Maybe more than that. Because they seem to be adding and adding and adding. Boom, go there. You can get each one for each series. So get Pluto, man. If you don't have Pluto, what's wrong with you? And of course, I'll cross into another genre. Go to Tubi. They got Doctor Who, the classy stuff back. So keep an eye out. You never know what you're going to find. That's all I got. That's what I got to promote. And I'm not getting paid for this.
And what about you, Shane? Anyone you want to promote? Anything you want to promote?
No, just want to say thanks for having me on, guys.
Oh, not a problem, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate you coming in. And again, I do want to send a message out to Spock. Spock, we're thinking about you. We love you, brother. And if you need anything, please reach out. Reach out to me, reach out to Baron, reach out to Cash, reach out to anybody here that you know.
Yeah. Yeah, we want you better, buddy. We need you, man.
Yeah. Now,
even if you did abandon us in Star Trek Online, we still need you, man.
But I blame more of the the guy with the chin, Cash,
yeah.
then I blame Spock.
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah.
And for those of you who are going, what do you mean abandoning Star Trek Online? Okay, there was a night where it was Baron, Cash, Spock, and myself were playing Star Trek Online. And speaking of which, there's Cash.
Best
But
friend. Yeah, typical.
but we're playing Star Trek Online, and Baron's still trapped in the Badlands in the game. So Baron's under heavy fire from Cardassian ships, and
Dang,
Baron needs help. Well, Spock and Cash, and again, this is under the influence of Cash. I know it for sure.
Hand in hand.
Decide that they're going to continue on with the mission that we had already selected.
Mhm.
I, on the other hand, being back up to my ship and set a course for Baron in the Badlands.
Help.
Because as a proper Starfleet officer, Cash Money 007, you know this. You should respond to any and all distress signals, friend or foe alike. But you neglected your duty that night.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd be
really,
ashamed.
Cash? Oh, really, Cash? Oh, come on, Cash.
Oh, please.
You makes Data a sad android.
Cash. We're going to have a talk.
The Nebian slime devil goes your way.
Well, you know what? He wasn't going to respond because he was afraid that he wouldn't be hauling garbage in his ship. He was afraid that his ship would be hauled away as garbage once the Cardassians blew it out of the stars.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I had the 3-engine Galaxy class. Beautiful.
Yeah,
ship.
the Dreadnought.
Best ship ever. Yep, best ship ever. Looks like the Federation class. Flies great. Saucer separation. Not made in China.
Yes, the new Dreadnought Galaxy class with 3 warp nacelles. That's right.
Mhm.
You have the starboard, you have the port, but you also have the dorsal nacelle.
Mhm. Let me flip my middle warp engine at you. That's what I think of you. See what you can do?
People like Star Trek Online, Cash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They do. And Shane, I'm going to invite you myself. Next time I play Star Trek Online, if you have it, you're more than welcome to join.
Oh, I haven't played that since it first came out.
It's really changed a lot. Really changed a lot.
Yeah. But any final thoughts on Parallax?
What's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is,
yeah,
it's a good episode. It sticks to what Star Trek is supposed to be about. You can still tell that with this being the second episode of Voyager's first season that they're going to be figuring things out for a while when it comes to the characters. But you're already establishing one character who fans were introduced to as the ship's chief engineer.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would give this a solid 3 bucket of popcorns.
Yeah,
really.
I could see that. I give it a 7 out of 10.
7's fair. 6, 7 in there. It's not one of the better, the best episodes of Voyager, but it's definitely not in the bad list.
No.
Well, it's in the watchable category. You'll watch it again. It's like, hey, you know what? I feel like watching this episode again. Or if you see it on the telly, it's like, oh, I'll watch it. I'm not. You're not going to be repulsed by it. So I think we're kind of the same because 5 buckets being the top and 1 being the lowest. 3 that's middling, and you guys rated a little bit higher. So
I rated 7 bottles of Klingon blood wine.
I don't think I can rate the Voyager episode too bad.
but see that's the thing, Shane. Voyager's your series. Yes. I started watching the original series. Still love the original series to death. I love the Next Generation, but Deep Space Nine became the series I really enjoyed.
Mm. Yeah, that's why I gave it a solid 3 bucket of popcorns, because that means it'll never go below that. It always has room to go up on rewatches.
No,
It
even
just
if
was
you
something
cut a
I
hole in the
missed.
bottom.
Jeez.
But before I let you all know what's coming up on Pacific Forum 4, I want to thank some honorable Klingon warriors for showing up in the chat today.
And cash.
Well, he's Romulan.
Yeah.
I will not thank him. I do
Okay.
not thank the Romulans. I do not like them.
The Pataks.
Yes. But I want to thank Helion for gracing us with her presence in the chat. Why? Because she is honorable. And the most honorable Lady Mist. She and her honorable dragons. Yes. They will get you. And of course, I want to thank you, Baron. You're a Tellarite. You're not a Klingon. You're a Tellarite.
Oh, yeah.
Tellarite.
I'm a Tellarite. Yeah.
I told you that already.
I'm a Tellarite. I'm built like one. Just need to be a little shorter, though.
And Anonymous, good to see you. Also, your better half, Baron. The long-suffering Miss Tag. Enjoy some banana ball.
Yep, enjoying banana ball. Yep.
And DJ Ronnie G, Klingon Bird of Prey. Yes. And on that Klingon Bird of Prey, they're all reciting Shakespeare in the original Klingon.
I thought it was the original turtle.
And of course, Shane, I want to thank you for joining us tonight as well. Really appreciate it, brother.
No problem. I really appreciate getting the opportunity to come and hang out, guys.
Anytime. You know you're welcome anytime. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to extend the invitation to join us tomorrow night if you wish.
See what Dorky's up to first, but yeah.
Priorities, man. He's got his priorities straight.
Uh-huh.
I got a lady friend now.
That's huge.
And Cash does say, I wish the actor of Catherine Janeway was more like her character in real life. Unfortunately, Cash, all these actors are just paid to pretend.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to separate them from their characters.
And she was always a pain in the ass. Oh, even I'm not being, snippet about it. You just hear about her, how she was on the sets and how she treated people and going back. I mean, I don't know how she was as Mrs. Columbo. Or
I don't know. I didn't watch that show as a kid.
No, I never did. No.
And Anonymous says, yeah, buddy. And DJ says, I'm adding more water to the tank. Hopefully they don't escape while I work tomorrow. All right, the boss is gone. Let's go.
Yep.
Woo!
Naughty little turtles.
Yes. And of course, I always appreciate everybody who is able to come by, whether you come by during the live stream or you come by on the replay. Thank you very much. Whether you watch, listen, or you have your cloaking device on. Thank you very much. But as far as what's coming up for tomorrow, well, I'll tell you here in just a bit. Because I have a question to ask everybody, even those who are listening and lurking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that in 2 weeks, we could either watch The Infinite Vulcan from Star Trek The Animated Series, or we can watch Q's one and only appearance on Deep Space Nine, Q-less. You hit me. Picard never hit me. I'm not Picard.
Oh, you make hard decisions.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't watched an episode of the cartoon in so long. I don't think I remember any of them.
No, I'm slightly siding towards the Infinite Vulcan just for the fact that, well, you've only had one animated on so far. So.
Yes, I have. Just like prior to tonight, I only had one episode of Voyager so far.
Mm-hmm. So I think we need to spread some love to the Infinite Vulcan, but that's my opinion. People in the chat,
And Shane mentioned he hasn't watched the animated series in a long time. Okay,
mm-hmm.
that's 2 votes.
Yeah, I'm definitely down.
All right. And do you gentlemen want to be a part of it?
I'll be more than happy to.
And I have a question for anyone listening in the chat. Do you want to be a part of it? Let me know.
Ooh, chat.
Just leave a comment in the comment section of this live stream once it's processed and becomes a video, and I can send you the invite link.
Chat GPT might be interested.
Not Chat GPT. No. But as far as what's coming up on Pacific Forum for tomorrow, at least, because I'm still fine-tuning the schedule for next week to really determine, okay, what am I going to play this week as opposed to what I've already played. But for tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, it will be the Sunday edition of Pacific Forum 4 Pop Talk. And for that Sunday edition of Pacific Forum 4 Pop Talk, it will be the 500th episode of Pop Talk. Started it on August 3rd of 2021 and already up to 500 episodes. I never thought it would even go that far. I mean, the box score before, MLB raised the price of MLB.TV and everything else that's gone on with that was up to 371 episodes.
Wow.
But 500 episodes, some were recorded and most of them were live. Yeah, there's maybe 1 or 2 or 3 where I'm not there on screen, but I might be backstage. Yes. Pirate talk with you and Cash.
Still 500 episodes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And we've talked about a lot of things. We've covered a lot of topics, both in pop culture and entertainment, and also political.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a fun ride, and I hope it keeps going. And whether, and I'm being serious here, whether it's still on YouTube with everything that's going on right now, who knows? Because with the way channels are being demonetized and terminated left and right, who knows how long the Pacific Forum 4 YouTube channel will be here. This is my opinion. You can tell me I'm wrong. But I think each and every one of us content creators are living on borrowed time when it comes to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You're definitely starting to get drowned out by AI slop.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Not only AI slop, but you're also getting drowned out by AI that's in charge of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and things like Warner Brothers, Disney, and all that preferential treatment are the ones that's been around long. They get the preferential treatment too, where you only see them for suggestions, and it's like you have that line because I see it watch it on the telly, off by Apple TV. But it's like recommendations, and it's like this game is virtually all the same person, which happens to be Queso, the most obnoxious. Well, he is. I mean,
well, guys, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to go.
All right, brother. Appreciate you being here, Shane.
Yep. Everybody have a blessed night, and truly thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, probably.
All right, brother. You have a good night. And tell Dorker I said hello.
I will.
But yeah, basically what I'm saying, folks, is who knows how long this channel or any channel is going to be around. So if you know that people that you watch have channels elsewhere, whether it be Kick, whether it be Twitch, whether it be Blaze, whether it be Rumble, make sure you're following and subscribe to them over there. And Lady Miss says that she liked Voyager. It was good Star Trek for its day. Better than Discovery. I saw the first episodes and it was not good to me. I tried giving Discovery a chance. And I just couldn't do it.
Watching it for 3 years straight, he goes, maybe this isn't for me.
Well, again, like I had mentioned to you, and I've mentioned it before, my litmus for a Star Trek series, give it to the third season.
Yeah.
If it doesn't improve by the third season, I'm not watching it anymore.
Yeah, and it was just getting worse.
Mm-hmm. And, nowadays with how short the quote-unquote seasons are, 8 episodes, 10 episodes, you're lucky if you get any more than 10. My litmus for shows nowadays is 3 episodes. If I'm not hooked by the third episode, I'm not going to watch anymore. That's how it was for me with Rings of Power. Because I remember saying on Pop Talk, I'll watch it. And you all can see my face and see my reaction to it. And if people stopped by that night when I was watching the first episode of Rings of Power, they're commenting in the chat saying, Mike, you look miserable. I said, I am miserable.
That's why I avoided it.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong, like in all the early Star Trek series. There's something to enjoy about each and every one of them. I mean, Voyager tonight proved that there's things that you can enjoy about Voyager. Shane likes the series. Spock likes the series. I still like the series. Yeah, it's not high on my list, but I still like it. I can still sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
Even the authentic channels, DJ, are getting deleted. Channels where people have put in, thousands of hours, years into their channel with their editing and everything that they do are being terminated, given copyright strikes, demonetized. It's got to stop. They say they're against inauthentic stuff, but yeah, the algorithm loves the AI.
Yeah, and yet they go out there and rally against the AI. You're not supposed to have this and blah, blah, blah. But we'll bend over backwards for the AI slop.
Yeah, you know what? People keep bringing that up, Lady Miss. Did anyone watch Terminator? Terminator 2 Judgment Day? Those movies talked about it.
Yeah.
But everybody, I appreciate you being here. As always, thank you very much. If you haven't done so already, make sure you repost about the stream, you share out the stream, you hit the like button for the stream, and look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And until then, live long and prosper. And if any of our new channel members are lurking, watching, or listening, your names are on the end credits.